Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Vigo County School Corporation 2025 commencement exercises for Terre, Haute, North Vigo High School. At this time, it would be appreciated if everyone would turn their cell phone to silent mode. On behalf of all of our seniors, the members of the Board of School Trustees, Superintendent Hemsel, and all members of our school staff, we are excited for this opportunity to honor our students. Our expectations are that each student will be held in high esteem and honored and respected for all they have accomplished during their entire school career. We trust that everyone will enjoy these commencement ceremonies. Thank you.
Big sound.
remain standing as we honor our country with the playing of the national anthem, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Please join with me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Class of 2025. I am Landry Hayes, and it is my honor to be addressing you today for the last time as your student body president. I would like to thank my friends, family, teachers, staff, and fellow classmates for the most memorable 4 years. Students, we are finally here. For some of us, this day came a little too soon, and for others, this day couldn't have came soon enough. We've dreamed of this day for a very long time. We've counted seconds, minutes, hours, even days, and now that we are here, we can feel grateful for all of our classmates who have supported us and teachers who have inspired us to become who we are today. As I've been writing this speech, it has allowed me to reflect on our time here at North. May we never forget winning the bell our freshman year, continuously beating our goal for dance marathon, the excitement of watching our boys basketball team win regionals, experiencing our last prom, and this very moment now. Today we look back, walking out of the high school parking lot, hearing those school bells you've heard for the last 12 years for one last time. While we have all developed senioritis a little sooner than we'd expected, I know without a doubt we will look back on these last few years and reminisce about the good old days. So what comes next? That's the exciting part, and it's up to us. Whether your path takes you to college, the military, a trade, a job, or a journey of self-discovery, remember, the world doesn't need us to be perfect. It needs us to be present. Show up, speak up, and never forget where we came from. Class of 2025, we didn't just survive high school, we owned it. And now we get to write the next chapter. Let's lead with kindness, always be courteous and respectful, and never underestimate the power of this very group right here. Congratulations, Class of 2025. This is only the beginning. Thank you.
We will now move on to the introductions of our 4 valedictorians and 1 salutatorian. Our first salutatorian is Carson Nicole Miley. Carson is the daughter of Ashley and Josh Miley. She plans to attend Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology to study biomedical engineering. Carson's proudest accomplishments in high school were maintaining a 3.99 GPA, becoming president of Interact, cheering at semi-state for boys basketball, and helping THN Dance Marathon raise over $190,000 in 3 years she was involved. It is my pleasure to introduce Carson Nicole Miley as our 2025 salutatorian.
Good evening. My name is Carson Miley, and I'm the Terre, Haute North Class of 2025 Salutatorian. I would like to thank my friends, family, teachers, staff, and most importantly, my classmates for the most incredible 4 years. Throughout these 4 years, as well as our whole lives, many of us in the room have said the 3 little words, I can't wait. We can't wait for summer, graduation, or even college. But why? Why can't we wait to lose out on the moment right now? Too often we look forward into the future instead of really enjoying what is happening in the present. In elementary school, we couldn't wait for field day, the book fair, and field trips. We couldn't wait for the snowball dance, pay-to-plays, and the 8th grade graduation. We couldn't wait for high school, getting our license, Friday night lights, north-south, prom, and now graduation. We just couldn't wait for the milestones we all now have as memories. All of these memories we made in school, at practice, with friends, at a football game, or at lunch, are simply all memories. Live in the moment now, before the moment fades into a memory, because time flies by way too fast. Enjoy getting Mexican with your friends, having a jam sesh in the car, getting ice cream, going on trips, getting a fun little drink, and being with those you love most. Soon we will be in college, or working, starting a career, beginning a family, and just ultimately getting older. I challenge all of you to wait. Slow down. Enjoy your time in the present, because you can wait. Too often do we wish for the future to come sooner, and because of this, we miss what is right in front of us. It is important to have our dreams and aspirations, because this leads us to our successes, but do not lose sight of the now. Enjoy this wild ride we call life, and create your own path, and wait for the moments instead of looking past them. Cherish the last wave goodbye to your friends, the last hugs to your family, and your last time being called a Terre Haute North patriot. Savor the journey and enjoy the present moment, because that new thing you can't wait for will come here soon enough. Congratulations to the class of 2025, and as always, One North. Thank you.
Now we will introduce our valedictorians. Our first valedictorian is Charles Watson Connor. Charles is the son of Andrew and Jill Connor. He plans to attend Indiana University's Kelley School of Business, studying finance and accounting. Charles's proudest achievements while in high school were earning the rank of Eagle Scout and serving as Region 4 President for Indiana DECA. It is my pleasure to introduce Charles Watson Connor as one of our 2025 valedictorians.
Good evening, class of 2025. Congratulations, we're here. It took us 13 years to get to this moment, but now we're here. Today is a day of celebration, of reflection, and of gratitude. As I stand here representing the class of 2025, I am filled with a deep sense of honor and pride from all that we've accomplished here at North. In our 4 years at North, we've learned quite a lot. We've learned things like math, history, science, and English. But we've also learned things like which restrooms have the least traffic, which classrooms are too hot and cold, and how to walk into class just a little bit late without the teacher noticing. However, among the most important things we've learned isn't of a curriculum, and it's not the quirks of our building, but it's the skills and the lessons that we've learned along the way. To illustrate this idea, I want to share with you a lesson from Mr. Wren's math class. Whenever it was time for a new chapter in class, he would put a problem up on the board, and he would just stare at us. And we stared at the board. He'd say, just look at it. It was something none of us had ever seen before. And he'd say, just look at it, acting as if it was common sense. In fact, Mr. Wren says this so often, it's been dubbed as the Wren just look at it theorem. Unofficially. We would throw out possible solutions. Most were wrong, some were impressively wrong, but then somebody would get it. Somebody would start to figure it out. And just like that, Mr. Wren had taught us all without even speaking. The lesson he taught us, though, wasn't about math, it wasn't about derivatizing or integration, but problem solving. We weren't supposed to know the answer yet, but we were supposed to try, to lean into the discomfort of the unknown, put pen to paper, and figure things out. Failure is a critical part of learning. It's a critical part of success. Don't fear failure, embrace it, and try again. This is a lesson that I've found myself coming back to time and time again. We are constantly doing things for the first time and approaching the unknown. For example, this is my first time ever graduating high school, and I bet it's yours for too. But the lesson is to take what you do know and to use that to solve what you don't know. Take the lessons you've learned, the skills you've built, and the relationships we've made, and use that as you go out into the world. As we graduate tonight, stepping into new jobs, new campuses, new lives, we're all staring at the board together, looking at something unfamiliar. We might feel like we need to have it all figured out, but we don't. We just need to look at it. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2025.
Our next valedictorian is Brianna Nicole Glover. Brianna is the daughter of Brandon and Jennifer Glover. She plans to attend Indiana State University and double major in finance and accounting. Her proudest high school achievements were having that goal of being a high school valedictorian in middle school and accomplishing it and winning the Athlete of the Week in October. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next 2025 valedictorian, Brianna Nicole Glover.
Good evening, friends, family, staff, and my fellow 2025 graduating seniors. My name is Brianna Glover, and I am one of this year's valedictorians. Tonight, I would like to speak about the importance of having a strong support system and being able to adapt and overcome whatever life throws at you. As many of you know, I have not had the easiest 4 years here at Terre Haute North. Like many of you, I have had my fair share of struggles and hardships. As I have gone through my 4 years in high school, I have had many things in and outside of school go wrong. Whether it be crashing a multitude of cars, failing a big test, or losing someone that was like a second grandma to me, I have had to get back up and grind through it. Not everyone here tonight has had the same struggles as me. Everyone's life doesn't look the same. Regardless of what hard situations have come your way, always remember that you can get back up even when you feel like you have no one around to help you. Going into high school as a freshman, I had a large group of friends from middle school that I stuck with throughout the year. Fast forward to senior year, my circle of friends has dwindled immensely. I'm not saying that having a big circle of friends is bad. It isn't. I'd venture to say that many of you have gone through this as well. People we were friends with our freshman year are not the same friends we have now, and that will happen in college and out in the world. Mr. Caddick always preaches that our friends won't stay the same from high school to college in many cases. Your circle of friends will likely diminish as well, and that's to be expected. You need friends who will stick with you through life's ups and downs. You need friends like my parents. My parents are there to help me and love me through everything good or bad. Hopefully you are fortunate enough to have a strong support system to help you navigate life's challenges and celebrate life's joys. If not, I encourage you to find just one person you can trust and go through life with. These relationships that I've just mentioned are essential because to be able to continue achieving your goals and bounce back from challenges, you need a strong friend group or your family to lean on. Nobody can go through life alone, and I know I wouldn't have been able to survive high school the way I did without my support system. My advice to the class of 2025 is that it is okay for your friends to change throughout your life, but always remember to keep a few lifelong friends who will be there for you, someone who will help you and who will love you. Those relationships will be what allows you to persevere through college or through life with ease, rather than the stress and anxiety of doing it alone. I would like to thank Mr. Joseph and the Terre Haute North staff for being so kind and helpful during my time at North. You have truly made my high school experience one that I won't forget. I would like to thank my friends and family for being by my side through all of my many, many hard times and situations, and for sticking with me even when I pushed them away. I would like to thank my parents, Brandon and Jennifer, for loving and supporting me through everything I've done, good or bad. I couldn't have done this without you. Lastly, to my little brother Braxton, good luck in high school. You're entering as I'm leaving. Be the best basketball star and academic weapon that I know you can be, and keep making others laugh. I can't wait to see what you do and make out of the next 4 years, little bro. Thank you, and congratulations to the graduating class of 2025.
Our next valedictorian is Rowan Lee Holder. Rowan is the daughter of Leanne and Alan Holder. She plans to attend St. Louis University to study chemistry. Rowan's proudest accomplishment while in high school was taking backpacking trips through the Smokies, Adirondacks, and Pecos Wilderness. It is my pleasure to introduce our next 2025 valedictorian, Rowan Lee Holder.
Hi everyone, my name is Rowan Holder, and I would like to begin by saying that this moment is not mine alone. It belongs to all of us graduating today and to our friends, our family, and our biggest supporters. We would not be here today without those around us. We have been molded and shaped by our peers, teachers, mentors, coaches, friends, and family. Those of you who know me know my favorite artist is Billy Joel. I love his music, the beats, the piano, and especially the lyrics. This year, some of his songs have hit deeper than before, so I thought I would take this time to share with you some of the lyrics I love and the advice they provide. In his song, Movin' Out, he says, "It seems such a waste of time if that's what it's all about." So, what is it all about? And why does it matter? Honestly, I don't think anyone knows, and that's part of the fun. As we all go off to our new or old places after this summer, it's important to remember that no one knows what they're doing. It's everyone's first time living, first time having this experience, and first time figuring it out. So don't take it too seriously and have fun with the opportunities you are given. The lyrics in Piano Man say, they're sharing a drink they call loneliness, but it's better than drinking alone. As I said, none of us would be who we are today without everyone else here. So stay connected, find your people, and always support your friends. Being lonely is different than being alone. Loneliness is an emotion, while being alone is physical. We are all headed to new places, so the one thing we can do is ensure that our friends are never lonely. Make the effort to send the little weekly vlogs, texts, and calls. Don't become strangers with the people you value. Some of his best-known lyrics are, "Slow down, you crazy child, you're so ambitious for a juvenile," from his song Vienna. These lyrics serve as a reminder that while we are all eagerly looking to the future, college, jobs, careers, and apprenticeships, take the time to slow down. Yes, be ambitious and driven, but slow down. Appreciate the people who have stuck by your side and been there for you no matter what. From Billy Joel's song, My Life, are the lyrics, "I don't care what you say anymore, this is my life. This is our life now. How exciting." Of course, we still rely on family and friends, but we now get to begin to build our own lives. Choose the people we want, the places, the activities, and create our futures. In his song, Just the Way You Are, he says, "I'll take the good times, I'll take the bad times, I'll take you just the way you are." Find the people who love you like this, love you for who you are, not who you pretend to be, and find those who love you regardless. And to the people who love me just the way I am, Mom and Dad, Ridge, Scout, Zane, Illy, Kylie, Haley, Maya, Abby, and Zion, I love you back just the same. I will conclude with one final lyric. This is the time to remember, because it will not last forever. These are the days to hold on to. So make the most of what you have and hold on to the people who make life special, and do so with care, love, and excitement. Thank you, and congratulations, everybody.
Our final valedictorian is Kylie Ann Marine Lloyd. Kylie is the daughter of Kelly Bowell and Robert Lloyd. She plans to attend IU Bloomington and major in exercise science. Kylie's proudest achievements while in high school were being the one female athlete in 4 counties to be awarded the FCA scholarship, being awarded the gold medal award for girls soccer her senior year, and winning the sectional championship for volleyball her senior year. Don't forget the regionals are on Tuesday at North. It is my pleasure to introduce Kylie Ann Marine Lloyd as one of our 2025 valedictorians.
Sorry, I got a little teary-eyed on that last speech. That's my best friend. I'm so proud of her. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Today it is my profound honor to address you as the valedictorian of the class of 2025. Did you know that the class of 2025 is the largest graduating class in U.S. history with 3.9 million high school graduates? Yeah, that's right. We just made history, and I'm sure that won't be the only time. We have so many talented and hardworking individuals in our class. I can guarantee you that we are going to do great things. But we wouldn't be where we are today without the help of our families, friends, and the faculty, so thank you. Thank you to our teachers for your dedication and ability to push us beyond our limits. As teachers, you have guided us students with patience and wisdom, helping us overcome challenges. Thank you to our principal, Mr. Joseph, for all that you have done for our class and for supporting us entirely. Trust me when I say we are happy that we finished this year with you. Thank you to our families for your love and support. You have been the backbone for us students, celebrating our victories and comforting us in our defeats. You guys have raised us to become a wonderful, hardworking, and talented class, so today's achievement belongs to you as much as it does to us. A special thank you to my family for standing by me through every endeavor. You've helped me persevere through my entire high school journey and shaped me into the strong woman I am today. From cheering me on at softball games to encouraging me during tough times, you made everything feel special. I am forever truly grateful. To our friends, thank you. The people who will be there for us no matter what, who are our chosen people and the closest to us. Whether that was someone you grew up with or someone you met through soccer in your freshman year. It's someone who helps you through every challenge and is there for your special events. I wouldn't be who I am today if I didn't surround myself with the wonderful friends I have. So thank you to those people who are closest to me for listening to my rants and encouraging me to step outside my comfort zone. Now, to my fellow graduates, what can I say? We did it. Together, we've reached highs and lows, created unforgettable memories, and grown into who we are today. We've supported and encouraged each other along the way, and I couldn't imagine graduating with anyone else. I'm so proud of every one of you. Thank you for the laughs, the lessons, and the memories. You've all left a lasting impact on my life, and I wish you nothing but the best as you move forward. Make sure to carry the memories and friendships you've made at Terre Haute North with pride. And remember, no matter the challenges ahead, keep persevering and rely on the love and strength of those who stand beside you. Thank you all for being the amazing people you are, and congratulations, class of 2025.
Good evening. I got a couple things I got to take care of before we get started. Can you guys join me out here real quick? Couple more things I got to get off my mind tonight. Teachers, you guys are beautiful. Thank you for so many of you showing up tonight. Mr. Foster and the orchestra, outstanding. Class of 2025, yeah, let's make some noise. What's that? Okay. Class of 2025, thank you for a great year. You guys are beautiful. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Welcome here. We're glad you come out and help us celebrate these outstanding students in front of us on their graduation ceremony. I'd like to introduce a few people sitting on the stage with us, if I could. I better put on my glasses. I'd like to recognize Superintendent Dr. Chris Himsel, Deputy Superintendent Dr. John Newport, School Board of Trustees President Ms. Stacy Killian, Vice President Mr. Rick Berger, Secretary Ms. Christina Christ, Trustee Ms. Carly Labella, Trustee Ms. Amy Lohr, Trustee Mr. James D. Skelton, Trustee Mr. Ken Warner. Thank you for your never-ending support and providing us with what we need to do what we do at Terre Haute North. Thank you very much. Class of 2025. You've had a lot of obstacles the past 4 years. You've adjusted, overcome, or just kept driving forward. The fact is, you never gave up. You never used those challenges as an excuse to fail. Your determination is evident by the way you're making here tonight. Those seats you are setting are reserved for individuals committed to making things happen. Reserved for individuals that when things get tough, they say, "Follow me." Reserved for individuals that will not accept failure. Thank you for your hard work in the classroom, on the playing surface, and in the community. Your class was led academically by 4 valedictorians and 1 salutatorian. These next people, when I call your name, please stand to be recognized. You have an academic All-American, Nicolo Simoni. Could you please stand to be recognized? Thank you. You have a Macmillan Award winner. She just found that out tonight, so this is a pretty big surprise. Miss Emma Martin. Many of you are taking AP classes and excelled, earned college credit, competed in academic competitions, competed in professional and vocational competitions, and earned the right to compete at the state and national level. Your class earned many scholarships. There's another group I'd like to recognize. If you're part of the Fraternity of Highest Excellence, could you please stand to be recognized? Thank you. There's another group that chose to excel in something outside of school. We're very proud of you for your accomplishments also, and we'd like to recognize anyone that has received the Golden Arrow Award. Please stand to be recognized. If you received the Eagle Scout Award, please stand and be recognized. Outstanding. Some of you will join the military or soon will. Will those that have done this please stand and be recognized? Thank you for accepting the challenge to serve our country. Very proud of you. Very proud of all of you. On the playing surface, you competed with intensity. You displayed honor, determination, and sportsmanship in every competition. Your teams and individuals won rival trophies, competed at the sectional, regional, and semi-state level. Win or lose, you brought honor to your school by the way you conducted yourselves. Performing arts. It's a pleasure to see you every time I've had a chance to witness the band. The band brought incredible spirit to every competition, every event they played in. Our fall play and spring musical, awesome to watch. The orchestra was flawless every time I had a chance to listen to them in a performance. These groups worked endless hours preparing and honing their craft to be their very best. It shows through the quality of performance, and one of the big reasons the quality was there so highly regarded was senior leadership led the way. Nice job, guys. Way to make things happen. Yes, make some noise. Your philanthropic projects. This is pretty amazing. I'm making this a short list, but your conduct with these different groups has been outstanding. Through the community, through volunteering, fundraising, just time committed, you did a fantastic job. Here's a list of just a few of the things that they helped us with. The backpack program, Camp Navigate, PS We Love You, Patriots Supporting Patriots, and Riley's Children's Hospital. Now pay close attention to this one. For Riley's Children's Hospital, we had a bunch of high school kids raised over $83,000 for Riley's Children's Hospital. Outstanding. Whether it's financial assistance, items of need, or just time to support these great organizations, you guys came to the cause. Outstanding. You have set the bar high. Your school spirit was incredible. You will never be forgotten. Your determination, hard work, and compassion, the patriot pride will be remaining in the halls of Terre Haute North and pushing others to their very best. Well done, class of 2025. In closing, there's a few things I'd like to leave you some food for thought. When we first met 4 years ago, beginning of this year, about the first time we did anything of any time, we talked about three things: being kind, courteous, respectful. Nothing's changed with that. You master those three things, it's going to take you a long way in life. If you want success, you need to get that hardcore attitude. Maximum effort is the minimum that will be accepted from yourselves. This will bring you tons of success. Last, but maybe the most important, I definitely think it's the most important, you'll never regret being kind. I hope your lives are blessed with peace and happiness. You will remain in my thoughts forever. And once again, no matter where you go, class of 2025, no matter what you do, you're always going to be part of one. At this time, faculty, staff of Terre Haute North High School, please stand and remain standing. Superintendent Dr. Himsel, Madam President Ms. Killian, and members of the board of school board of trustees. We have examined the academic records of these students, and before us, they have found that they are on track or will complete the necessary requirements necessary to receive a diploma or certificate of completion from Terre Haute North High School. Faculty and staff, you may be seated. At this time, I'd like to introduce our superintendent, Dr. Christopher Himsel.
To begin, welcome and thank you for attending our commencement ceremony and helping us celebrate the class of 2025. We are blessed to work with many talented students and supportive families, and we are proud of each member of the class of 2025 and the accomplishments they achieved and earned. But they did so with the support of and encouragement of parents and guardians, family, friends, teachers, and many members of our community. We're going to stay focused on the class of 2025, but we're going to take just a little aside here, and I want the class of 2025 to give a round of applause to all of those who have supported you and encouraged you for the last 4 years. If you'll indulge me for just a moment, I also want to take one more aside, and then we're going to refocus back on the class of 2025. Mr. Steve Joseph, our principal, is retiring at the end of this year. And he's had many people get the opportunity to say thank you for that leadership. I want to say publicly thank you for what you've done and the commitment to the kids and helping them get across this stage. If our community would like to give Mr. Joseph a retirement round of applause. As I stated before, congratulations to the class of 2025, but most importantly, thank you for doing what you needed to do to earn a diploma from Terre Haute North Vigo High School. I realize that many years from now, each of you will likely forget who won what award or who earned the achievements to wear cords or sashes during today's ceremony. In fact, some of you who earned those awards and are wearing those cords and sashes many years from now, you might look at them and say, what is this? And what did I do to earn this? Because time goes on and you forget things. Likewise, you're probably going to forget everything that I say up here tonight, but I've been tasked with coming up with a few words that hopefully there's one or two things that you recall. and will use to move forward. Several years ago, Linda Ellis wrote a poem titled The Dash. I'm going to take a few moments here to share some thoughts that I hope will cause you to think about the foundation that you've laid here at Terre Haute North Vigo High School and the other experiences that you've earned since kindergarten, and tie it back to this poem. The poem begins, I read of a man who stood to speak at a funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on her tombstone from beginning to the end. He noted that first came her date of birth, and spoke the following dates with tears. But what he said mattered most was the dash between those years. For that dash represents all the time that she spent on earth, and now only those who loved her know what that little line is worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters most is how we live and love and how we spend our dash. I have two examples that I'm going to use tonight to illustrate why I think this poem is significant. But before we do so, I want to remind you that the foundation that you have built during your educational career up to date has positioned you to do many things. For some of you, you've made the decision that you're going to proudly serve our country, and we appreciate and honor your commitment to do so. For some of you, you're going to immediately seek employment, or you already have employment and you've already been working in that job. And you're going to continue to earn that living and give back to our community, we hope. And for others of you, you're going to continue to work on building your foundation by going to college or university, an apprenticeship program, so that you can earn a technical certificate, a degree, a certification, or a professional license. But regardless of what's next for you, the bigger question is, what are you going to do with this knowledge and skills, this foundation that you've built to create your dash? Will you use it to make the lives of others better? Or will you use it to line your own pockets at the expense or exploitation of others? Will you work to stop the consensus that others are building simply because you didn't get your way? Or because those who are forming the consensus aren't doing it the specific way you wish they would? Will you use the foundation that you have built to spread false rumors, to put down others, to make fun or perpetuate jealousy of others, to cause others to turn away from you and seek refuge with somebody else, and possibly even ignore your pleas to make a situation better? Or will you be the person who saw a need and did something about it with the help of others, for others, and within the acknowledgement that there are a variety of ideas and opinions to bring in and build that consensus, so that you can make that decision or that idea as good as it can be? I know of a person from many years ago who saw a need for a hospital in her local community shortly after a neighbor passed away from a farm-related accident. The need for a local hospital to treat injuries that were not life-threatening and were very treatable. But because there was no local hospital, the farmer passed away because the closest trauma center was more than an hour away. Because of this person's relentless pursuit, their willingness to listen to others, their willingness to put aside their own financial gain and benefit, their ability to listen to others to form a consensus on how to get this done and why to do it, this community has a local hospital, and it continues to thrive today. In fact, over 60 years later, it's being used by the person I'm going to give in my second example for the medical treatment they're undergoing at this moment. Who knows how many lives this person saved simply by remembering simple codes of conduct, such as treat others the way you want to be treated, and rising up to the expectation that from those who have much, much is expected. Throughout life, you're going to encounter difficulties and obstacles, which brings me to the second example that I have. Will you persevere through these difficulties and obstacles and become an inspiration to those around you? We're all going to have them. You're all going to have a period of time where it seems like everything's going the way you want it. And you're all going to have a period of time where it seems like nothing goes right and the world is against you. It's part of life, and it's part of something that every person in this room has experienced at some point in their life. When that happens, are you going to feel sorry for yourself and wonder why this happened to you? Will you blame others and fail to take responsibility for the actions over which you do have control? Will you use the situations as an excuse for why your life did not turn out the way you had hoped or dreamed? Or will you be like the person in my second example who, after nearly 25 years of marriage, found themselves alone without the income that they had used to build a lifestyle that they had gotten into a routine of enjoying, and who shortly thereafter was diagnosed with cancer? Will you be like this person who made the decision to resist the temptation of wallowing in self-pity, and instead of blaming the situation on others, instead of giving up on dreams, they chose to persevere and move on? They chose to work multiple jobs to rebuild their lives and get their feet back on the earth. The person chose to fight back against cancer and overcame it. This person's willingness to persevere and change the original trajectory, create a new trajectory around these unplanned events, created a different set of dreams and a different life of achievement. After a few years, this person earned the ability to purchase their own home, rebuilt from scratch, rebuilt their life from scratch. The person figured out a way to support their youngest child through the remaining years of college, didn't let them down and didn't let them quit. The person welcomed grandchildren into the world. This person celebrated the achievements in others and embraced their efforts that it took to achieve them. This person rebuilt a life that resulted in an enjoyable retirement after many years, watched grandchildren grow up, and celebrated the graduations of those grandchildren from high school, all after halfway through their life having their world completely upended and given a choice of moving on and rebuilding or giving in. I'm sure that many of you are celebrating today with family or friends who have inspired you to persevere and pursue your dreams. I hope you choose to take the foundation that you built at North High School and help make the lives of others better. I hope you choose to use the foundation that you built at North High School to make the lives of others better. I hope you choose to use the foundation that you built at North High School and inspire others to persevere through their difficulties and their obstacles. I hope you choose to see the best in others, to celebrate their achievements, to encourage them and inspire them to achieve even more. And if you are blessed with much, I hope you meet the challenge of expectation and choose to look out and help the others. You always have a choice. You can create a dash that is unfulfilled, that is spent blaming others or putting others down, or you can do as the two people in my examples did and live a life by seeing what is possible, making possible a reality, and by persevering through difficulties and obstacles and becoming the inspiration to those who are watching you go through your journey. Only you can determine the outcome of your dash. As you begin the next phase of your journey, remember that because you are from Vigo County and Terre Haute, like many others who came before you, you have what it takes to compete with anyone, anywhere, and to make possible become a reality. As the poem states, what matters most is how we live and love and how we spend our dash. Good luck to each of you. We look forward to hearing from you along your way of life's journey so that we can learn how you are choosing to live your dash. With that said, Board President Killian and members of the Board of School Trustees, the academic records of these outstanding young men and young women have been examined. Based on this review, the young men and young women before us will complete the requirements outlined by state law and board policy to receive a diploma for Terre Haute North Vigo High School. Therefore, I hereby declare each of these students will complete these requirements and be graduates of Terre Haute North Vigo High School. Congratulations to each of you.
We are now ready to begin the presentation of diplomas to the class of 2025. Please hold your applause until all graduates have been recognized. This will allow each name to be clearly heard by graduates' families and friends. After the final name is read, we invite you to join with us in congratulating these deserving members of the class of 2025. We will now begin with the presentation of diplomas to our stage participants. Our first graduates will receive their diplomas from School Board President, Mrs. Stacy Killian. Jimmy Allen Archer, Jr. Landry K. Hayes. Layla Elizabeth Jernberg. James Carlos Belmar. Kylie Ann Marine Lloyd. Rowan Lee Holder. Brianna Nicole Glover. Charles Watson Connor. Wrigley Addison Irby. Carson Nicole Miley. At this time, graduates' names will be read by Class President Jimmy Archer. Diplomas will be presented by School Board of Trustees President Mrs. Stacy Killian.
Elijah James Adams. Alize Monique Alatorre. Kyla Catherine Alexander. Austin Timothy Allison. Jamie Malachi Archer. Dominic Robert Arney. Josiah Jaden Arnold. Sarah Michelle Ash. Matthew Todd Ashlock. Jacelyn Rose Bailey. Logan Christopher Bailey. Scout Dandelion Baker. Andrew Isaac Vargas. Chase Paul Barker. Michael John Barnett II. Alexandra Joe Barrett. Zarek Allen Barrett. Julia Elaine Beadle. Whitney Renee Bedford. Drake Michael Bender. Caden Harris Bennett. Insur Ally Benseed. Brooklyn Joanna Burgum. Timothy Allen Biddy III. Gavin Michael James Bignell. Elizabeth Nicole Berkey. Austin David Black. Bryler Nathaniel Bolin. Dane Maxwell Bolin. Haley Elizabeth Brewer. Dominic Allen Brown. Nicholas Andrew Berg. Nolan Kyle Burnett. Mason William Burns. Anya Faith Capps. At this time, diplomas will be presented by School Board of Trustees Vice President, Mr. Rick Berger. Aiden William Carlisle. Abigail Rose Carlson. Aaliyah Faith Carlisle. Oliver Thomas Casey.
Quick pause for a little bit, let the line go down.
Kylie Hope Chapa. Cameron Carol Ann Cheeseman. Ileana Gia Chu. Morgan Marie Clerk. Christopher Sean Condor Jr. Theodore Davis Connor. Boston Wayne Connor. Shelby Rose Conway. Hope Ann Cooper. Natasha Nicole Cooper. Taylor Christian Cooper. Cohen Lacey Cooprider. Audra Elizabeth Cowden. Emma Marie Cronkite. Alexander Braden Coley. Caitlin Nicole Curtis. Vincent Odell Dates Jr. Taylor Stephen Day. Dylan William Deal. Colton Jeffrey Deck. Bryce Allen Dabrowski. James Cornell Dowdle. At this time, diplomas will be presented by School Board of Trustees Secretary, Ms. Christina Christ. Kennedy Milana Dowdy. Dane Allen Driggers. At this time, names will be read by Class Vice President Wrigley Irby.
Brennan Lee Driscoll. Micaiah Ariona Marie Dunn. Francisco Javier Duran. Aran Kenneth Esom. Skylar James Elder. Ben Elliott Eldred. Skylar Xander Eldred. Ava Lynn Ellis. Jaden Elizabeth Ellsworth. Danielle Lee Fall. Dayton Xavier Ferris. Delaney Jane Ferris. Jennifer Jasmine Flores. Avery Grace Foster. Peyton Addison Frank Harway. Hannah Rose Gadberry. Jacob Alam Gettinger. Lucy Jane Gibson. Meredith Claire Gibson. Tanner Matthew Gillen. Landon James Gilson. Kane Allen Godsey. Michael Gonzalez Arias. Rylan Dominic Gossett. Ashayla Emma Marie Grady. Cole Michael Greatless. Tristan Lee Greek. At this time, diplomas will be presented by School Board of Trustees member Mrs. Carrie Labella. Gabriel Richard Green. Jacob Allen Greenwell. Kendall James Gregg. Richard Mario Gustafson. Shane Douglas Robert Guy. Javon Tyron Hagans. Karis Grace Haggart. Noah Aiden Haley. Hannah Elizabeth Hall. Isaiah Terrell Hall. Caitlin Mare Hammond. Rayona Elizabeth Hammond. Nicholas Lane Harmon. Kobe Jace Harrison. Madeline Grace Hartwell. Anna Marie Harvey. James Donald Hastings Jr. London Marie Hayes. Tyler Durand Hain. Faithful Lee Haynes. Aubrey Isabella Heaton. Bryson Lee Hedge. Haley Daytona Hellis. Matthew Ryan Hettinger. Haley Kathleen Hickman. Aiden Parks Hinton. Holden Eugene Hoffman. Grayson Edward Hollifield. Damian Lee Hollingsworth. At this time, diplomas will be presented by School Board of Trustees member Mrs. Amy Lohr. Layla Ann Holman. Armin Dewey Hopkins. Haley Suzanne Hopkins. Jackie Lee Horton IV. Lacey Marie Howard. Grace Elizabeth Humphreys. Ella Scarlett Hunt. Nathan David James. Claire Michael Jensen. Paul Joseph Johnson. At this time, names will be read by Class Secretary James Belmar.
Hallie Lauren Jones. Logan Christopher Jones. Ariana Nicole Kelsheimer. Graydon Everett Killian. Logan Ray Kimmel. Justin Andrew Kingery Jr. Caitlin Thomas Kirkham. Cameron Marie Knott. Colin Lynn Krockenberger. Gabriel Matthew Landon. Jalen Paige Lanning. Sage Michelle Lanning. James Patrick Lanter. Joseph Tomas Latham. Audrey Nicole Lawrence. Josiah Nathaniel LeMay Lehman. Jada Grace Lee. Pierce Jacob Lee. Caleb Joseph Weinenbach. Asandra Jade Lusader. Bryson Allen Long. Landon Chauncey Long. Peyton Lee Lopez. Wilhelmina Bean Lovelady. Jared Ethan Lowe. Malaya Nicole Lowe. Cage Maddox Lutz. Brody Stephen Mace. Breon Anthony McCann. Levi Michael Maloney. Harlan Lee Manuel. Caden Zachariah Marler. Layla K. Marshall. Emma Rose Martin. Reese Daniel McLean. Alexa Jean McLeod. Caitlin Christine McCoy. Jasper James McEwen. Abigail Christina Dawn McCown. Reagan Lene McNeil. Connor Lucas Medley. Austin Joe Meeks. Valentina Mendoza. Asaya Ray Minky. Chloe Shanna Miller. Jarrett Lee Miller. Addison Elizabeth Millington. Keaton Robert Mix. Reed Thomas Munkin. Massimiliano Montanari. Kylie Michelle Moore. At this time, diplomas will be presented by School Board of Trustees member, Mr. James Skelton. Olivia Ray Morton. Allison Elizabeth Mucci. Aiden Thomas Neese. Chelsea Elizabeth Nettemeyer. Kendall Lee Nickerson. Shanelis Nieves Garrido. Faith Elizabeth Nowak. Lillian Noel Ornduff. Shani Milianes Ortiz Nieves. Brooklyn Nicole Overton. Hector Anthony Perez. Alea Marie Perry. Angelus Eli Ezra Pilent. Kyrin Tanya Pluck Johnson. Anastasia Renee Poirier. Ryan Dwayne Rigafort Porter. Jasmine Lee Prophet. At this time, names will be read by Class Treasurer Layla Jernberg.
Arissa Lynn Pula. Hayden Michael Ray Quinn. Isaiah James Racy. Zachary Robert Rady. Bryce Matthew Wren. Chloe Elizabeth Robinson. Julian Sayri Rowe. Kara Elaine Salmon. Bailey Nicole Sanders. Parker Joseph Shodlatz. Noah Michael Dale Seward. Amza Landon Sexton. James Robert Edward Shackelford. At this time, diplomas will be presented by School Board of Trustees member, Mr. Ken Warner. Eleanor Monroe Shagley. Carmen Louise Shelton. Caden Nathaniel Shue. Kazion Star Shields. Madison Leanne Shoemaker. Rachel Elise Seifert. Nicolo Alexander Simoni. Kara Michelle Smith. Macy Jean Smith. Oliver Guy Travis Smith. Taylor Lynn Smith. Joseph Michael David Snavely. Erica Elaine Sneed. Kira Madeline Southard. Isabella Grace Spellman. Oliver Reed Staley Henney.
Brady Leland Stepp. Scott Allen Stevenson. Michaela Sue Steveson. Sydney Micaiah Strader. Cadence Elizabeth Strange. Zora Cleo Jean Strange. Caitlin Ciara Taylor. Miles Adow Taylor. Carter Dale Thomas. Kendall Michelle Throckmorton. Grace Helen Tohill. Samuel Bradley Truxell. Bradley Nicholas Turner. Madison Ann Turner. Joa Joshua Van Dyke. Cami Paige Van Gilder. Allie Danielle Van Vactor. McKinley Shane Vernon. Daniel Michael Vicino. Kyle Joseph Wagner. Brody Aaron Walker. Casey May Walker. Ellie Grace Walls. Cutter Michael Watts. Maylee Renee Wenzel. Adam Michael Westcott. Anthony Gavin White. Zaire Kiwari James White. Bailey Bryson Wilkins. Aiden Thomas Williamson. Braylon Nevaeh May Wilson. Brianna Marie Wilson. Eli Jeffrey Wilson. Raven Marie Wilson. Delaney Corinne Winchester. Aaron Stewart Wright. Zain Majdarin Zahir.
Please join me in honoring the deserving members of the class of 2025. We have two special presentations that we will now award. The first of our presentations is the Timothy M. Sullivan Award. Timothy M. Sullivan was an outstanding young athlete at North who was a scholar, a leader, and an example for others to follow. In October of 1977 at a cross-country meet, Tim was giving his all when he collapsed and died on the course. With us today to present this award is Timothy's mother, Mrs. Nancy Sullivan Bance, who is here joined by Mr. Joseph. Throughout the efforts of the entire community, a memorial fund was created almost overnight. From this fund, the memorial plaque was purchased. The recipient is determined by a committee selected by the principal and his committee, and is a young man or woman who best exemplifies the attributes of Timothy Sullivan. At this time, we would like this year's recipient to join Mr. Joseph on the stage for the presentation.
From the class of 2025, the student athlete chosen to receive the Timothy M. Sullivan Award is Kylie Lloyd. Carl S. Riddle Scholars are recognized annually for achievements in scholarship, leadership, and school spirit. The school principal and his committee nominate 3 male and 3 female applicants for the scholarships to the Carl S. Riddle Trust Fund Committee for the selection of the recipient. With us today to present this award is Mr. Carl Riddle's daughter and granddaughter, Mrs. Carla Henry and Mrs. Kirsten Morrison. Mrs. Henry and Mrs. Morrison, please join Mr. Joseph on the stage to present these awards. The Riddle Trust Fund was established in 1987 to honor Terre Haute North's first principal, who served from 1972 until his retirement in 1987. The fund annually awards scholarships in Mr. Riddle's name to perpetuate his deep devotion to students with emphasis on individual achievement and dedication to Terre Haute North. We ask the class of 2025 Carl S. Riddle Scholars to please come forward. Female recipient, Kylie Lloyd. And our male recipient, James Belmar. At this time, will Senior Class President Jimmy Archer please come forward for the tassel changeover?
Hello everyone, my name is Jimmy Archer and I am the 2025 Class President. I'd like to start by thanking each and every one of you for being here and for being part of this extraordinary class. We have faced many trials along the way, but we have continued on, side by side, through and past them all. I've personally seen how we rally around one another, whether it be for Spirit Week, athletics, fundraisers, or even just being there for one another during times of struggle. This is not a class that just shows up. We show up with heart. Today, we can proudly say we have earned today. It has been an honor for me to be our freshman, sophomore, and junior class secretary, and this year, I've had the privilege to serve as your senior class president. I remain ever grateful to you all for your trust and confidence in me. I'd like us all to take this time to look around for a second. No one among us got here on our own. To our families, thank you. Thank you for being our #1 fans, our late night pep talkers, and our walking alarm clocks. You cheered us on when we won and picked us up when we didn't. You believed in us, and even when it seemed like we didn't believe in ourselves. To our friends, thank you for the laughter, the support, the group text. You reminded us that we don't have to do anything alone, and that friendship is one of the best parts of this ride. To our teachers and staff, thank you for pushing us, mentoring us, and believing in us. You didn't abandon us when we were at our lowest. There's one teacher in particular who changed my life, Mrs. Azar. Thank you. Thank you for seeing something in me before I saw something in myself. When I came into your classroom, I didn't know what I was walking into a part of myself that I hadn't even discovered yet. I discovered my love for music, and in many ways, myself, through your teaching, your passion, and your belief in me. You taught me that music is more than dots on a page. It's expression, connection, emotion, and storytelling. And you taught me how to use my voice not just to sing, but to lead, to speak up, and to be proud of who I am. I'd now like to take this time to leave you with the words of someone who has said it the best, Dr. Seuss. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the one who will decide where to go. So let's go. Let's chase dreams, make mistakes, and keep showing up, because the world is waiting, and I know we're ready. So thank you, and congratulations, class of 2025. And now we'll be playing the senior video. Seniors, you can now move your tassels from right to left. Congratulations.